Are you entitled to anything from the house, even though you were never married? Well, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm is a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan, and today we're going to continue our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. You know, if you're married, we all know that there's certain rights. We have discussed it before. We've done a lot of videos on the property rights that attach to husband and wife and how that works. In this scenario, though, we're dealing with people who bought a house, never got married. So what does it make them? Well, marital rights don't help them here. The only rights that they have are the same rights that they'd have before if they were like partners and they bought a property together. Well, what rights do they have? It's going to depend on, is there a partnership agreement? Whose name is the house in? These kind of things. We're not a common law marriage type state here in Michigan, which means just being together doesn't cause the attachment of marital rights. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have a claim to something. The court might look at it from an equity standpoint and might say, well, you don't have any rights in the title to the house, but you did put up all this money. You did put in all these improvements, and therefore you are entitled to something in the way of a distribution with respect to those issues. Maybe it's a reimbursement. Maybe you get an additional amount when the house is sold because your efforts have caused the value to go up. But you got to remember one thing. The house isn't in your name and you weren't married. You're going to need some real documentation to show what you put in, where it came from, and that as a result of your efforts, it raised the value. Don't think that just because you put the money in that, the value is attached to what you put in. All your realtors will tell you that if you put in money to put in a new kitchen, that's a return on an investment you're likely to see. But, if you put in a new drywall, or maybe you had popcorn type ceiling, so you had it scraped and you put in flat drywall, or you painted a room this color instead of that color, you're not likely to see a return of your investment on that issue. If you built an outbuilding in the backyard or something like that, you're not likely to see that caused an increase in the value. As a matter of fact, to some people, that may be something they want to take down. So you've got to look at all these things. Did you put in a basketball court in the backyard? Maybe you spent $15,000, $20,000 on that. You won it back. Well, when you sell it, they may sell it to people who aren't basketball fans, people who don't have kids, people who have kids, but they play tennis instead. In other words, that in and of itself is not likely to get a return on your investment. All the realtors will tell you, what gets you a return? Like I said, the kitchen will get you a return. Update the master bath. That's something that people look for and they'll pay more money for. That's something that'll get you a return. But these other things, very dicey on whether or not you're going to be entitled to anything. So you're going to have to keep good records, and you're going to have to consult a lawyer in the jurisdiction where you live to get some direction on that. If you have any questions about that, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.
248-588-3333. 248